Hello and welcome back to another video from Jerba Campervans. Now, we recently did a full in-depth tour of our Tyree campervan and it was really well received. So we've got our award-winning Sanna campervan behind us here, and I'm going to take you on an in-depth tour of that today, show you all the little nooks and crannies inside the van, all the bits that you might not have seen before, explain the whole process. So let's jump in and see what the Sanna's all about. So here we are inside the Sanna. Now the Sanna is our beds and seats in the front, kitchen in the rear campervan with a rear elevation roof. That means the roof pops up at the back. So you've got all the headspace in the back to walk around in the kitchen area, do your cooking, do your cleaning, and the toilet in this one is also fixed in the back too, so it's handy for that. Now, this one is a brand new campervan. It's built on a Volkswagen T6.1. And the customer has spec'd this van from brand new. It's a bespoke package from us. How that works, they basically come to Jerba looking to get a new campervan, and then we will go through the full Volkswagen spec sheet with them, and they'll choose the colour of their van, they will choose the engine they like in their van. This one is a DSG, which is an automatic gearbox, so they've selected that. It has an upgraded radio. It also has bricks fabric on the seats. They've chosen the trim. And this one's obviously a long wheelbase van because it's our Sanna layout. Now the short wheelbase version of this is called the Taranze, if you'd like to have a look at that. With the Taranze, you need to choose between the wardrobe or the toilet in the back because it is the short wheelbase van. Now this layout comes with two front single beds, and I'll just show you how they work just now. So the first thing you would need to do is spin both front seats around, and obviously that's included with the conversion. But the first thing to do to make the bed is fold over the seat base, just like so, and then pull the lever, drop down the backrest, and grab your packing piece, and there you have one single bed. Now these are rib beds. We use rib beds in all of our camper vans, and we think that they are the best beds that are available. Totally different from a rock and roll bed. A rock and roll bed, you basically sit and sleep on the same side, so it can make that quite uncomfortable. With a rib bed, you have a seating side and you have a sleeping side. So these can have things like Thermoflex added to them to make them more comfortable, and it just makes a much better bed. It's a much safer system. These are all tested in the van as a full conversion, and they meet the strict type approval safety testing that we do in all of our vans, so they're really good. So you see that this one is fixed single, it doesn't have a slider. Let's pull out the second one. And it's as easy as that. We'll pop this down, packing piece, and that one. And we've got two fixed singles here. Really, really comfortable. Now, I'll just quickly lie down on this one and you can see how that works. So I can stretch out, but I won't because I don't want to get anything dirty with my feet. But I'm about 6 foot and quite comfortable for me on the singles. Now this does have the option to add sliders. This one doesn't have the sliders, but the sliders will basically bring the two beds together. Now we do have another Sanna here with sliders on it, so make sure you're subscribed because we will be doing a video with that one soon. We find that a lot of people don't have the slider because they opt to have a roof bed instead, which means that they have that upstairs sleeping arrangement, which is really, really quite good. So we'll just pop the seat back up. Now you can also see that we have about 25 centimeters depth in the seat base, which is all used for storage, and you can access that via the top here. You just fold the front down and you've got all that storage space in both the seats. This one has the vehicle jack in it, so it's nice and handy should you ever need it. We'll pull this down, and again, so simple to use. You just pull the lever, fold them out. Now the next thing that we'll do is bring you in and we'll have a little look at all of the furniture in the back. I'm just going to close the back door just so we've got a little bit less light coming in the back, but basically I'm stood up in the back of the conversion now, and you'll see that all the furniture on the left and on the right, it's all complete. Just like you did when you spec'd the full van that you'd like from Volkswagen, we also have our own Jerba Campervans sort of optional extra sheet. So you select your layout, this person's chosen a Sanna, and we would then take you through the option sheet and you would select the things that you'd like in your Sanna. So things like a Wallace hob, which is a diesel night heater and a sort of cooking appliance. We could fit a grill, we could fit basically all of those things that you may have seen in a camper van that you would quite like in your camper van. If you'd like, you know, a second socket somewhere in the van, just really making it your own. Now you would also choose your furniture colour at this time. This one's nice light grey on the sides, a nice dark grey on the top, which we call puntanella. But we have, you know, driftwood, which has been our most popular this year. And we've actually just introduced another 2 colours. Now they're live on our website. One of them is called light oak, and the other one, I'm not sure of the name, but it's a light grey with a little bit less freckles on it, like these 2 greys. So they're really, really nice, and we've had a lot of interest in them so far. Just trying to keep things current here at Jerba, introducing new things as and when we can. We're always asking about feedback and what people may have seen and what they like and what we can add to our camper vans. So this is just another example of that. So what I'll do is I'll bring you around to the back and we'll start having a look in some of the cupboards. I'll show you some of the storage space. Starting on the rear right-hand side, the passenger side, we have a little bit of storage in the top underneath the sink here. So this has got a cold water sink, which I will show you in a wee second. Obviously, this isn't the biggest of space, but like I said in the last video, we try and make the most of all the space, and there's still a lot of things that you could fit in there. So we do choose to make that into cupboard space. And below that, we've got storage that we've used for the cables and your hookup cable and things like the hose, gas connectors, that sort of thing, but a nice big deep cubby hole in there. And underneath that, you can't see it, but if I spin you, you might be able to. We've got our Jerba Campervans custom made gas locker. Obviously you would lose the cupboard space here. I'll just pop you down. Obviously you lose the cupboard space here because we've got the big gas locker. Now if you had a diesel hob, a Wallace hob, you wouldn't need gas in your van. We would just plumb it directly into the diesel tank, so you wouldn't need this gas locker, which meant you could have another big storage space here. But basically custom made metal gas box that we have made for us, and these can fit 2 big LPG bottles in them, so you're never going to run out of gas. Really handy. And they're at the back of the van, so they're away, out of sight, out of mind. And these are made to the specifications set out by the NCC, just so you can be assured that they're of the utmost safety and they meet all the regulations that they need to in terms of gas safety and NCC. So I'll just pop you back up. Now coming back, we've got 2 great big doors here. I'll just pull this one behind me, and if you were to have a grill in your van, this is where we would fit it. We would adapt this space for the grill. This one doesn't. The customer has just chosen full storage space, so we've got a huge big shelf on the top and a huge big shelf on the bottom. Masses of storage space, really handy. Great for, you know, big things like an awning, or we've got front window shields in this one, the reflective shields, and that comes together quite nice. Let's have a look at the driver's side. On the passenger side on this one, we'll take a little look through the cabinets, and at the back here we have a big drawer which we've used to keep the front curtain in, and also some storage space for your sort of kitchen utensils, that kind of thing. And below that we have this Vitrifrigo fridge, which is really nice. It's fridge and freezer box at the top here. Perfect size for, you know, a bottle of wine, put your beers in there. You can get your carton of milk in for your tea in the morning, that sort of thing. Moving back, we've got a huge big wardrobe space in here. Now this opens up and big double shelves in here, masses of space. Now one of the big things that we really looked at when we were designing the Sanna was storage space, and it was built with that in mind. And we think we've really nailed it because we've tried to use every possible space in the van to maximize the storage solution, so it's great. Now, coming back to the very back of the van here, if you lift the lid on the toilet, we've recently fitted a little magnetic catch, so it just pops away, just like so. What you can do is pop the sides down, spin out the toilet and open up, and there you have your fixed toilet in the back. Now this one does have an electric flush, and it also has access to the cassette at the back here, so it's really just as simple as pulling it out at the campsite and you can dispose of it just like so. So really great. If you do want some added privacy in the back, all you have to do is grab the wardrobe. The door actually acts as a bifold door, so you can pop it around, and there's a little clip here, and you can see that you have maximum privacy when you're sat back here on the loo. So it's really great little design, and you know, it's also important nowadays to have a fixed toilet in your van. So many people have been asking us about them this year, and this layout really just ticks all the boxes for that type of camper vanning. Now I'll bring you in and we'll have a little look at some of the appliances. We'll also have a look at the control panel where all the electrics are, and then a little look at the roof. So the Sanna has a big worktop, and on that worktop we've got a 2-gas burner here for cooking. Now this could be a number of things. A Wallace hob could go here, or you could have a Webasto diesel flat hob. Less popular nowadays because the Wallace is on the scene and everyone really likes the Wallace. People typically choose between the Wallace or a gas system like this one, but there are choices to choose from. And again, at the back here we've got the cold water sink. Now this could be a cold and hot water sink if you were to have the Webasto thermotop added as an option. This one is just cold water, which is probably our most popular choice. The thermotop can be quite an expensive addition, but it does give you hot water, and if you would like an external hot water shower in your van, then that would be the choice you would need to make. So let's just spin around and we'll have a little look at the control panel. So all the camper vans have a little control panel at the back here. This one has 230 volt, and if you're hooked up on site, you can charge laptops, charge camera batteries, that sort of thing. You always have 12 volt in the van no matter where you are, as long as your batteries are charged, your leisure batteries, and that powers things like these little 12 volt accessory sockets, USB inputs. Now above that we've got a little switch for the fridge, and that's basically just to turn the compressor on and turn the light on, make sure the fridge is cool. We've got a Sargent control panel. We fit a Sargent electrical control box in all the vans. It's the most sophisticated system that exists just now for campervan electrical control, but we are designing our own. It's in the works. It's going to be quite a while before we've perfected it because we're trying to make it as good as it could possibly be, but keep tuned for that. It will have a very nice sort of digital display that will be touch screen, and it will really be modern, bringing it into 2021, trying to bring these things, you know, up to what you would expect from modern technology. So really good. But the Sargent, great, fantastic. It controls the lights, it shows you the status of your batteries, you can turn the water pump on, that sort of thing. So really great little system. Above that we've got the Webasto controller, and that's just for controlling the night heater. Now this one has been fitted underneath the van, and it has an input under the driver's seat, but you can basically turn that up and down. I think this one goes to an ambient temperature of 30 degrees or 35 degrees maybe, which is a wee bit too hot for me, but fantastic. So let's just have a little look at the tables that come with this camper van. So there's 2 tables with all our camper vans. I'll just put the first one in now, which is behind the passenger seat. That clamps in and can swivel. We'll just spin it this way. There we have one really nice little simple table, and the other one is fixed at the back here. So I'll just undo the clips, pop out the table top, pop out the table leg, and slide the leg into the table. Make sure the clips for the rail are undone, and it's just a case of popping it into the rail just like so. Make sure the leg's in properly, clip it in, and there you have a fixed table. And you can sit, you can do your work. I use my one for work. I sometimes drive down the beach with my laptop and I do my photo editing down the beach, which is nice. Eat your dinner, you've got one each, you know, really nice little setup. And they also slide, so you can bring them closer or further away, so fantastic. Now, one of the things that we are extra proud of here at Jerba is the Jerba elevating roof, and it unzips like so and pulls away. So it has a fully unzippable canvas. It's the only camper van on the market with a fully unzippable canvas. We hold the patent for the zip design. It's, again, a really, really high specification, high quality roof. We use a Ventile cotton canvas on it. Now, the reason it unzips all the way around is in case of any damage, so, which does happen. It's just as simple as undoing the zip all the way around, sliding the whole thing off. We can send you a new one, you can slide it back on, zip it up, and it's as simple as that. With a traditional canvas, if you tear your traditional canvas, you'll need to drive to someone who can replace it, knows how to replace it, and you'll probably need to leave it with them for a couple of days, and it's going to cost you a lot of time and a lot of money in labour to get it fixed. So we really wanted to combat that problem first and foremost. It also has this nice open air feel, so you can undo the canvas, flick it up, and you can just enjoy the outside world. Now I'll just pull this down, we'll have a little look at the bike rack. Now I'll just jump in the back and we'll talk a little bit about the hot water shower that I mentioned before. Now, you can have a cold or a hot water external shower, and we'd fit the unit in the back here. It's quite small, it has a detachable hose, and you can clip it in. Most people use the cold shower for washing their boots or their dogs, or if you would like something a bit more substantial, what you can actually do is add a shower tent to the tailgate at the back here. So this basically creates a room at the back, and you can plug in your shower hose, and if you've got the hot water system, you can basically create quite a nice little shower area at the back of your van, so it's great. Now we'll pull this down and have a little look at the bike rack. Now this is a Volkswagen bike rack that's been made for the T6.1 specifically. Now if we pull it down, really simple to use. You've got 4 channels on this one for 4 bikes and 4 arms to lock those bikes in. All the arms come with a key so they can be locked for safety or locked for theft prevention. You can use a small arm to clip on to the back of the bike rack just on this bar here, and it makes the whole thing locked away. It locks the whole thing away for maximum protection, so it's a really fantastic little unit. Thank you for watching this video from Jerba Campervans. Hopefully you've enjoyed the tour of the award-winning Sanna that's behind me. If you have liked it, let us know what you liked about it most in the comments below. We also have the Jerba ownership group on Facebook. If you want to jump in there, there's loads of great owners in there sharing all their stories and answering all the questions you might have about Jerba Campervans. So thanks again, and we'll see you in the next video.